What you are about to witness is the last Nuzlocke of its kind. A Nuzlocke that has been lost to the sands of time. Back in October of 2022, I started a Wonderlocke of Pokémon Ultra Sun, the hardest vanilla Pokémon game. What's a Wonderlocke, you ask? It's a completely normal Nuzlocke, but every Pokémon you catch, you're forced to Wonder Trade away to a random stranger somewhere else in the world. And their Pokémon becomes your encounter for that location. However, I never finished this run. That is, until a year later when Nintendo announced that the 3DS servers would be shutting down on April 8th, 2024. If I wanted to complete a lifelong goal of finishing a Wonderlocke, it was now or never. So, naturally, I waited until a week before the server shut down to try and finish my journey. With the added pressure of time, this became the most dramatic Nuzlocke I've ever attempted. But before we get caught up to current day, we must first take a trip back to 2022 to see how the world's final Wonderlocke got its start. My copy of Ultra Sun is freed from the plastic shackles that have held it captive for the past 5 years before booting up the game on my official Pokémon Y 3DS. And we're welcomed into the world of Pokémon by Professor Kukui, right before getting hit with our first of many, and I mean many, cutscenes. After my mom gives me everything I need to start my journey as a Pokémon trainer, it's off to Route 1 where I immediately get attacked by a Yungoos. Thankfully, 3 Pokemon come to my rescue, stopping the Yungoos in its tracks. Professor Kukui quickly joins us and informs me that I can pick from any of these 3 Pokemon to start my journey. Of course, this decision is practically meaningless for me, as I won't be acquainted with this Pokemon for long. Poplio and I bonded for a brief moment, but her time on the team was ticking as I was eagerly awaiting the chance to trade her away for this run's true starter Pokemon. Before I can reach Iki Town, I'm stopped by this little boy who seems friendly and definitely won't ever get annoying. Hao challenges me to a battle, but I haven't Wonder Traded yet, so has the Nuzlocke truly started? I haven't even been living here for a full day, and they already want me to sort out the town's problems, so I head off to look for the island Kahuna and stumble upon some poor girl and her tiny useless Pokemon getting attacked by a flock of Spearow. Poplio and I sweep in to defeat the demons to save the girl and her curious creature, but the bridge collapses in the process. Oh no! If only there were some guardian deity Pokemon that could rescue me from this terrible situation! Well, would you look at that? We head back to the village where the island Kahuna finally decides to join us, and after way too much talking, Kukui hands me a Pokedex, who will now be subject to a lifetime of suffering. Oh no! Rotom! Rotom, no! His eyes are not supposed to be doing that. Oh my god. Oh, we're putting him in, he's in so much pain. Still unable to trade away my Poplio, I have to fight Hao again for some reason. I'll be real, I'm just trying to mash through as much of this dialogue as I possibly can. Our stand-in starter makes light work of Hao's team, and Hala rewards us with the Z Power Ring, aka the worst gimmick in Pokemon history. It is now officially time to begin my island challenge. The goal? Defeat all the island Kahunas across all 4 Alolan islands. Seems simple enough, once I'm allowed to actually start the challenge. Over an hour of cutscenes later, Lillie finally shows me how to use a Pokemon Center, but more importantly, unlocks the central feature for the rest of the challenge, Festival Plaza. One unnecessarily long tutorial later, and I can get to the only feature that I actually care about using, Wonder Trade. Unfortunately, I do need 2 Pokemon before I'm allowed to trade, so I rush over to the trainer school for an additional Pokemon that will allow me to trade. You might notice that this is a sub-area of Route 1, meaning that the encounter location will always be Route 1 for any Pokemon caught in these various sub-areas. That will make the early game extremely difficult, with only a single Pokemon at my disposal. I race to grab a Magnemite before fighting any of the other trainers in the playground and give it a fitting nickname. Finally, the Wonderlocke had officially begun. Just like Ultra Sun, I've forced you to endure a long-winded intro before actually getting into the content. I thank our Totem Poplio for her services in getting us this far, but it's off to my old stomping grounds, Aichi, Japan, where I'm sure she'll be able to live her best life. And in her place, I receive... Oh, it's in an Ultra Ball. No! No, not the rat! Yeah, that's about what I should have expected. Clearly, this guy's been passed around a bit, but he'd finally found a home here with me. It's Damien's level 2 Rattata against the world, and because I have no rare candies at my disposal for this Nuzlocke, I'm forced to train him up the old-fashioned way. The boosted EXP from the trades is nice, but as you'll see, grinding becomes a major chore as the run progresses. This Rattata did have one fatal flaw: Hustle. An ability that boosts the user's attack stat by 50%, but at the cost of 20% of their accuracy. Getting out of the early game with one blurry-eyed rat would not be easy. Oh, we got this. We got this in the bag. No. Oh my god. Please, Rattata, you can't miss. Prage. Prage. No. Please. No. Oh no. All right, that's a reset. Attempt 2. This time playing as Normie Guy. Oh wait, I think that's taken. I mash through the same long drawn out cutscenes until I'm greeted with Attempt 2's starter YT Greenie, the Alolan Grimer. Attempt 2 was already off to a much better start. This was a significantly stronger starter than our previous one. I ultimately decided to modify my normal Nuzlocke encounter rules, considering all of these Route 1 subsections contain vastly different Pokemon, so I treated the various areas as their own unique encounter locations. This means that I don't have to try and get through the first 3 hours of the game with only a single party member. I'm actually not even sure if it would be possible to stay below my level cap with only a single Pokemon gaining boosted experience. I swapped my Howuli Outskirts Inkay for Inkay. Another aptly named Grubbin was exchanged for a Ghastly, but because it was over the level cap, I decided I would instill a general rule to automatically reroll any Pokemon that were well above the next level cap, unless they were really funny. After an additional failed trade, I ultimately ended up with a cute little French Pichu. My final call to action was one that nearly got this video demonetized, so I enacted the TOS clause until I ended up with a Japanese Spinarak that will never make another appearance in this video. The last of the early game encounters, however, will be getting lots of appearances. Come on, don't trick me. Please give me something good this time. Send us off with a bang. Ultra Ball? Axew? Come on, this would be a great bang to end on. Yes! Let's go! Jolly too? This unwanted Breedject would now become the driver of the run. I could Dragon Rage spam my way out of the toughest early game fights, and I felt confident in my Jolly Lad carrying us until the very end. You might as well consider this the start of the run because he will be getting by far the most usage on the team. The upcoming Alima fight is no joke, as normal types are always incredibly strong in the early game, so I wanted to make sure that I came as prepared as possible. That meant making sure that our tiny frail French Pichu became a big strong French Pikachu. Meaning I would have to grind friendship by running around back and forth in front of my house for hours with no speed up. Let's just say this took some time. So, today we are doing a Pokemon Ultra Sun Wonderlocke. Why am I doing this now? Because the 3DS servers close in less than a week, and I started this challenge in 2022. With less than a week to go until the servers shut down, it was now a race against the clock to see if I could complete this Nuzlocke before the servers shut down, and mind you, this is not a fast game. With no speed up or rare candies, I had to factor in all of the additional time that it would take for me to play through this game totally vanilla. I was up for the challenge. At long last, the years-long friendship grind was finally over, and I was able to evolve my Pichu. And there it is! Finally! 2 years in the making! Pichu! Excuse me, Pikachu! Come home, buddy! But there he is. We got him! We got the Pikachu! He's here! We can play the video game! And I immediately overlevel it. Well, I'm sure it will be useful next trial. As Hal was introducing me to his favorite treats, we're unexpectedly jumped by a couple of Team Skullgrunts, whose mission seems to be to make our island challenge as miserable as possible. Joke's on you, the cutscenes are already doing your job better than you could ever imagine. Captain Ilima, impressed with how I pressed the Dragon Rage button, decides that he'd like to meet a similar fate, and now I get to press Dragon Rage a whopping 3 times. We did it! All right, new PB achieved. Let's go. This Nuzlocke is off to a fantastic start. Ilima informs us that on Route 2, we can take on his trial. On the way there, I'll be able to pick up a few new encounters that should help the carries like Axew stay under the level cap. I end the next batch of Wonder Trades with a Japanese Abra, a slightly overleveled Mankey, a rock and roller named Snare Drum, and last but certainly not least, a baby Amora. Once we reach the end of Route 2, Ilima introduces us to the Verdant Cavern, where inside we'll be forced to take down 3 fierce monsters before collecting the Z Crystal that lies deep within. The Strongjaw Young Goose put up a good fight, but ultimately fall to the baby dino. A couple of Team Skull Grunts show up to impede our island challenge, but Inkay makes light work of them. After defeat, they decide to help me out by forcing the Gumshoos into battle where I outskill him with my superior tactics. With the 3 rodents taken care of, it was off into the Totem's Den to collect my first Z Crystal. Surely nothing bad will happen to me now, right? Easy. This game's so easy. We killed that hard Gumshoos. Dear God, he's huge! Oh my God! Oh no. Totem Gumshoos. The big lad. Oh, he's going mega mode. Through the power of Dragon Rage, Axew is able to 2-shot the threatening Totem Pokemon, and 1 extra Dragon Rage cleans up his pathetic sidekick. That was not nearly as bad as it could have been. We did it! Woo! We beat the Gumshoos! As long as this Axew stays by my side, I'm sure that every remaining Totem fight will be a cakewalk. Ilima congratulates us on defeating his trial, and we now have the power of Normalium Z on our side. That I never used a single time. Beating Ilima's trial means that we have defeated the one and only trial on Melee Island, so we can now face the Island Kahuna Hala to further progress our island adventure. But first, I'm forced to deal with these weird outsiders. Anyone who gets in the way of my Wonder Trades is an enemy, so I dispatch his team as fast as I can to get to the good stuff. I guess How is also an enemy because he decides now is a good time to challenge me to another battle. Just let me Wonder Trade some Pokemon here. Time is of the essence, How. Finally, after some wearisome conversations, I am able to get back to the entire point of this Nuzlocke and Wonder Trade away my new encounters. Pinsir! We got Pinsir, let's go! The Elegant and a Timer Ball. All right. Oh, okay. Hey, we got our water type starter. Let's go. Himothy. It's him. It's Himothy. Magikarp. I'm able to turn these into these, and I gotta say, I'm pretty pleased with this batch. It would be a while before this bunch could reach their full potential, but definitely a ton of promise in this group. My newly evolved Kadabra made light work of the Holofight, so I collect my Phytinium Z and Tauros Transportation on my way to showing off my sick surfing skills. After enjoying a bit more of this thrilling plot, I finally make it to the Pokemon Center in Heya City, where I can complete my final trade for the day. Ooh, and a Dusk Ball? We got Klefki! Okay! There we go, I'll take it. Klefki makes a great addition to the team, but it will be a while before we're able to use it. Look, I know I've only got 5 days left to complete this challenge, but let me quickly tell you about the sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. I think I can do this in less than 24 hours. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but if you're like me, you often will skip out on it because you don't have time to make it. Well, HelloFresh has you covered. All new subscribers will earn free breakfast for life with every single HelloFresh delivery. But what is HelloFresh? I hear you clamoring at your screen. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit that delivers fresh ingredients and chef-crafted recipes straight to your door. And trust me, these meals are absolutely delicious. I recently cooked up this mozzarella and herb chicken recipe, and it might be my all-time favorite. I have been using HelloFresh for years now, and I can genuinely say that it has been one of my favorite ways to try brand new meals without going through the hassle of having to buy all of the different ingredients from the store. Much like the Pokemon in this Wonderlocke, HelloFresh hosts recipes from cultures all across the globe, so each week you can choose from a long list of over 30 recipes to find new types of cuisine to try. They make it super easy by including all of the ingredients you need to cook with in a single bag, and even include handy recipe sheets to follow along with. Or have to look up online because you accidentally threw yours away. I know that plans change and life gets busy, but luckily HelloFresh has you covered by allowing you to easily customize your delivery from week to week. So you can mix and match lifestyle options to find what works best for you. Click the link in the description or use my code KIDSEP10 and receive 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. 1 breakfast item per box while subscription is active if you're in the US. Outside the US, the local discount will apply. Thanks again to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Now let's see how much time I have left. Uh-oh. I wasted one of my valuable days left playing Fortnite, so it was time to kick this playthrough into overdrive. The next trial is now the #1 thing on my mind. I beeline it to Paniola City, where How decides we should test our strength yet again, and spoiler alert, not much has changed in the past minute. I ended up collecting a litter of dogs on my way up to Route 5, where the next trial resides, so in my quest to find suitable homes for my little pups, I got in return a much more eclectic batch of pets. The two standouts here being Wingull and Magnemite, but unfortunately I have to shelve another steel type for the time being. The next time I return to Route 5, I see one familiar and one not so familiar face, and of course this new person wants to battle. But hey, at least this guy is cool. Oh, alright, this is a good character. I think this is the only character in all of Sun and Moon that I actually like. Ooh, and then we got the Bop. One of my favorite battle themes. You fool! You think that I will fall for your dirty tricks? I know who that is. I know who that is. Boom! You can't trick me? We will not fall to the illusion. With Mankey now online, he instantly starts to pull his weight by breaking down Gladion's team in tandem with Snare Drum. Surely there are no more interruptions before the trial now, right? Surprisingly not. Trial #2 will be a significant step up in difficulty. A speed boosted Walkenberry holding newly buffed Leech Life having Araquanid in the rain. This is not the Fisher-Price gumshoos we got to fight before, and my team was certainly not looking up to the task. Pikachu, this is the fight you've been waiting 2 years for. Go show the world that all of the bonding we did was for this moment right here and now. Give me a full para. Oh God. Oh dear Lord. It's so over. This might be the end for Pikachu. All right, we gotta get a clutch full para. Pikachu, you gotta do it. You gotta do it for us, buddy. Oh my God, and we're dead. Pikachu's dead. Oh, just kidding. No. Pikachu, no! I spent so much time trying to get you. I couldn't even mourn Pikachu's death because the behemoth was still threatening the rest of my team. Thanks to Pikachu's valiant sacrifice, Axie was able to come in and revenge kill both of the perpetrators in Pikachu's death. Rest easy, friend. The times we shared running around Route 1 will be with me forever. I promise to win this run for you. Lana acts completely unshaken by the devastating tragedy that just took place in front of her as she hands me the Waterium Z, a Z crystal that I might actually use. Something I'll definitely be using is this fishing rod, because after the way that fight went down, you already know that I'm going to need as many encounters as I can salvage. My next level cap only jumps up by 2 levels, so I'm going to have to play it as safe as possible during my short jaunt to the Wella Volcano Park. But did you really think we'd get there uninterrupted? First, I have to deal with those freaky space wizards again, and their weird-looking alien caused my Kadabra to shoot all the way up to the cap. After that, we stumble upon a little Team Skull kerfuffle, and just when you thought it was all over, we are forced into trying out this fun new battle gimmick. My favorite. The interruptions are finally finished, and I can return to my beloved trade machine. R.I.P. Pika, one final 07. Hey, okay, we take those, all right. The highlight from this batch is absolutely this adamant Scyther. Failed eugenics projects are always a massive win. However, it certainly would not be much help in the next trial, as it was off to the big volcano to tackle Kiwi's fire-type squad. Since time was of the utmost importance, I decided not to make the extra effort to properly train solid Pokemon for this fight like Gyarados. You know, one of the best Nuzlocke Pokemon of all time? Yeah, I decided to leave that guy on the bench. Maybe, just maybe, it would have been a good idea to have him on the team because... well, how about I just let you see for yourself? Big club, +2 speed. All right, let's hope for the best. Good luck, Frogadier. All right, hit him with this nasty water pulse. Oh, and I got outplayed. Go, Hydro Vortex. That did no damage though. Wow. Okay. Cursed Body, no way. We got the Cursed Body proc. Uh-oh. Brick Break? This might be a dead Frogadier. Well, 07 Frogadier.
I'm just gonna throw Rog and Rolla out there and maybe just try and reset the tempo by sacking this. Brick break. Okay, it's just dead. I don't think it lives this. Yeah. Snare drum 07. If it detects again, that's gonna be so annoying. Maybe we get a quick claw proc. I'm gonna do it. Oh, the quick claw. Huge. Oh my god. We got the poison touch though. We got the poison touch. Okay, we're out. We're so in this. Give me the flinch. Give me the flinch. Yes. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, it's down. Demon down. Demon down. I'm going Kadabra and we're praying. Oh, that was the worst switch possible. I'm pretty sure I'm slower, actually. I don't know why I did that. Dude. Shoot. Okay, well, that is unfortunate. I just don't know what the AI... I don't know what the AI is doing. All right, well, nice team wipe here. Yeah, this is going to be brutal. Oh, we are losing troops fast. Oh, no. I don't think Mankey clutches up here. Yep. Oh my god. All right, Axew, you've been clutch for us. You're gonna have to continue this. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, Axew. Hold on.
The forces were dealt a devastating blow. Axew was the only survivor in a bloody battle that cost me the start of this run in addition to several other great Pokemon. I learned from my mistake in the last battle and decided to not be lazy and evolve Magikarp right away. With this French Gyarados by my side, I should have a significantly better time dealing with whatever the Alola region throws at me next. Magikarp had the chance to become the savior this run so desperately needed. Gaining access to the Lapras Ride Pokemon after defeating Lana's trial meant that I could retrace my steps and track down a ton of new encounters to hopefully turn into new mainstays for the team. After a brutal 5-death trial, it was imperative to recruit some new bodies to join the fight.
Lediba, okay. Believers are in shambles right now. That is a terrible start. A bird for a bird! There's no way we're gonna be able to use this Fearow. Ooh! Charmander! But is it good though? Is that an Oshawott? We got a little Oshawott. There's our water type guy. Ghastly, okay, some interesting guys. Level 8 Brave. Well, this is some garbage.
Not the most promising batch of all time, but they should be helpful in the upcoming trial, assuming I take the time to level them all up. Well, I did level up Charmeleon and Scyther for Mallow's trial, so for the first time since Melee Island, I feel confident in a team that I've assembled for a totem fight. Yes, it could always be better, but I do not have the luxury of time here. Every second that I waste grinding up a Pokemon like Lediba for a single battle is a second that I could have spent grinding up a Pokemon that will accompany us to many battles. I had to be smart with how I was spending my few remaining hours. Mallow's trial is incredibly simple, assuming you're more observant than me. All you have to do is gather ingredients that the surrounding wild Pokemon weren't interested in. Otherwise, they'd become enraged and force you into battle. For me, this was part of the strategy, as most of my team wasn't even at the current level cap, so this was a last-ditch effort to gain a little bit of experience. It, did not pay off. What it did do, however, was attract a hungrier, much more threatening Pokemon.
It's massive. Don't turn around. Snip, snip. Don't like the sound of that. Do not like the sound of that one. Ooh, okay, +2 speed. I'm just gonna click wing attack. Boom. Oh, okay. It's free. It's free. I think it's fine, guys. Oh my god. Oh, really? Okay, this could be a little bit of a problem, actually. This could actually become problematic. All right, we might just have to kill the Comfey. Oh, no. I don't have any special moves on any of my fire types anymore. All right, we got to kill this Comfey first thing. Holy, game is chugging right now. We might have to eat a Solar Blade. Yep, okay. It's got power. We're going to have to take the Solar Blade, and we're also going to have to take another AP. Okay. Screech. Don't love that. Yikes, this is really bad. Wait, what? Well. Oh, because the sun was up. That's why. Oh, shoot. I forgot about that. I think I have to go back into Gyarados for the free Intimidate. It's at like -2. So unless this crits me, we should be fine. This is just like the unluckiest day I've ever had. Let's see, this should be fine.
Okay, do they have boosted crit rate? There's like no way. There's just no way.
I don't know how much HP it has. Okay. Unbelievable, dude.
I feel like the only thing I actually learned from this fight is that I'm one of the unluckiest human beings on the planet. Losing Torracat was whatever, but losing Scyther and Gyarados to back-to-back crits from Solar Blade was just heartbreaking. I was convinced that this Totem Pokemon had a heightened crit rate because there is just no way that I got hit with 3 crits in a row. The odds of that happening are 1 in 13,824. At that point, just give me a damn shiny. Oh, I didn't think that would work. The continual losses forced me to resort to off-screen grinding to get some semblance of a workable team, and in doing so, I stumbled upon this sparkly little friend, which allowed me to do something I've never done in a Nuzlocke: enact the Shiny Claws. Hopefully this rare extra encounter would lead to something incredible, so off I sent my perfectly good shiny Kecleon out into the world, and in return I get...
Well, we got Surskit. Just normal Surskit.
Yeah, seems about right. The reason that I had to do so much additional grinding is because following the Lush Jungle incident, I picked up a ton of encounters that I could Wonder Trade away.
Watch, it's gonna be Magikarp. Morlul! That's exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, Great Ball. Yes! Rat Attack! We got Rat Attack, baby. Durant. Okay. We are in here. This is the true run saver right here. Makuhita. Oh, and it's adamant. Surely I will not kill this adamant fighting type. Premier Ball. Comfey. No.
Makuhita and Durant were much needed additions to a team in shambles, but how could you top a Zubat with a name like Kaka de Vaca? You can't. This is the peak of all Wonderlocke content, and it's only downhill from here. Unfortunately, Kaka de Vaca is just a tad overleveled, so we'll have to wait a bit before he makes his grand debut. Durant and Makuhita, now Hariyama, wasted no time being thrust into pivotal roles. Since we had cleared the 3 trials on the island, Olivia was the next challenging fight ahead, and paired with the power of Drizzle Pelipper, which might have been a huge help in the last few Totem fights, they cleaned up with very little adversity. A nice change of pace from the Totem fights that have been far from pleasant. Having cleared out all there is to do on Aala Island, for some reason Hao and I agree to travel to the mysterious Aether Paradise with this creepy green-haired man. This guy is basically covered in red flags, but the adults in our lives decided it would be perfectly fine for the 2 11-year-old boys to float away in a big white boat with the man they just met. Finally, we arrive at Aether Paradise, a facility that certainly screams conservation of Pokemon. Another one of the Aether Foundation's employees, Wick, kindly leads me and Hao to observe what this place is all about, and gotta say, think I'd prefer living literally anywhere else in Alola. We're then introduced to the president of this whole operation, Lucine, and let's just say our introduction was cut a tad short. I heroically stepped in to quell the otherworldly beast, and Hariyama sends it straight back to where it came from. The weird alien people are here now, and they inform us that it was an Ultra Beast that came from an Ultra Wormhole from Ultra Space. All I know is that I'm starting to get ultra tired of all these cutscenes preventing me from playing the game. After an incessant amount of yapping, Wick finally frees us from this asylum, and Hao and I can continue our island adventures to Ula Ula Island. Hao and I were both eager to get into some action after nearly an hour's worth of exhausting cutscenes, so I couldn't say yes fast enough when challenged to a battle. Despite Rat Attack doing its best to imitate the Attempt 1 wipe, the rest of the team picked up the pieces to hand Hao another L to add to his growing collection. The best part of arriving on a new island is all of the new encounter locations that are now opened up, meaning more Wonder Trades.
Oh, we get the Luxury Ball Piplup! That's honestly kind of good. Furfro! Oh my god! We've got Furfro, the lost Pokemon! We're sending out the Inkay into the world, and we get Goldeen! Caesar is here! Quick Ball. Shiny? Quagsire! Okay.
These weren't amazing, but the one standout was Quagsire, as it was a ground type for the upcoming electric trial, on top of being level 32, meaning that for once I wasn't going to have to train a Pokemon up from an extremely low level just to throw it into a single fight. Naturally, there's some annoying Team Skull Grunts that are preventing me from taking the bus up to the Hokulani Observatory where the next trial will be, but they provide little resistance to Hariyama and Magneton, who are slowly becoming the static stars of the team. As the day drew to a close, I finally made it to Mount Hokulani. I was beaten down. I felt like I'd barely made any progress despite playing nearly the entire day. With only 2 days left, I wasn't sure if I could beat the clock given the amount of endless cutscenes that I still had to sift through before accomplishing my goal. It was time to lock in. I knew that in order to finish in time, I would have to play this game almost non-stop to beat the race against Nintendo. Despite appearing to be halfway through the game with 4 trials down and another one about to fall, you have to remember that we have yet to hit the incredibly story-dense part of the game. Shocker, I know, given how many cutscenes I've already sat through, but welcome to Alola. I genuinely picked Ultra Sun for this challenge because I felt that I might have been being unfair with how much I disliked these games, but playing through them again only reinforced my belief further. I just want to do the fun little fights, but there are so many cutscenes that pull me away that just ruins what I enjoy about Pokemon games. I get why people would enjoy them, but this is definitely not what I want out of my Pokemon experience. Anyways, what am I doing? I don't have time to rant about Sun and Moon. I've got less than 48 hours left to complete this challenge. I knew that I needed a new approach to how I was handling this Nuzlocke. With no rare candies or speed up, I couldn't keep playing in a way where I was specializing my teams for each individual fight. While that would be the most optimal way to play to avoid needless deaths, it would not be the most efficient way to speed through the game. I wanted to try and limit the amount of time I spent grinding to a minimum. I started off this new day by wasting no time and jumping straight into the trial. I wrangled up the missing Charjabug and then used those Charjabug to create an electrical current to send energy to the pinger. How could this possibly go wrong? No, the Charjabug will get blasted with electricity if we don't do something. Oh no, Togedemaru, don't do it, don't be a hero. Uh-oh. Okay, that is one big Togi D. That is some big D energy right there. Whoa, bro, chill. It wasn't my fault. I was just following orders, dude. What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Oh, he is mad. Well, let's see how much this bulldoze does. Will I learn from last time? Will I get punished again? Well, is it gonna... I knew it. I should have just known. Come on, Quagsire, you can do it. Oh, we are getting outplayed right now. Stealth rocks. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. All right. I think we just stay in. Quagsire, I hate to do this to you, but I think we're just gonna have to let you go down. Look, you just came around to the party. I don't feel attached to this Quagsire at all. I think we just gotta let him go. Quagsire, it's been real. You honestly, you were not very much help at all. Please kill. Oh. Unfortunate. No, now Tailwind's up. Zing zap. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Hang in there, Charmeleon. Hang in there, buddy. Well, 07 Charmeleon. All right, well, surely Hariyama can kill this with Fake Out now. Okay. See, didn't even kill. Okay, Tailwind is over, which honestly sucks. I hope we don't win a speed tie. Now we will oh my god. Unbelievable. Oh, Jesus. Okay, Magneton, please. You just gotta kill this thing, man. You just gotta kill the Togedemaru. It's just never gonna end. Okay, please. Magneton, put us out of harm. Oh, this just is miserable. Don't. Is this really how it's gonna go down? Okay, no more Tailwind. Okay, finally, it's over. Okay, there's nothing this Togedemaru can do anymore. It's no longer faster. Skarmory can't outspeed us because it's paralyzed. And Magneton's faster anyways. It's finally over. Jesus. The demon down. Somehow, having a ground type on the team wasn't enough to get the job done by itself. So once again, I take my government-mandated 2 totem deaths and move on. The Charmeleon death was extra devastating as I was hopeful that it could be one of the aforementioned staples, joining Magneton and Hariyama in that role. But Togedemaru had other plans. Beating this trial opened up a staggering 8 new encounters before the next one, so I knew that I'd have a chance to look for some good replacements. But before we can do that, you guessed it, we've got to deal with some more Team Skull shenanigans. This time, their big bad boss Guzma shows up, but I get to show off my shiny new Electrium Z crystal. Can't wait until those fools show up again. Acerola then appears with Lillie to tell us where we need to go for her trial, which is the next item on our island challenge itinerary. Before going out and gathering a new batch of encounters, I wanted to focus on strengthening up the ones I already had. So I awkwardly held my 3DS upside down as Inkay leveled up, and then BAM! Inkay, but bigger. It felt good to bring one of the OG team members up to their full potential since there were only 2 survivors left from the 2022 Wonder Trades. And Spinnerack. As I make my way towards the next Ula Ula trial, this small child gives me a horse for some reason that I can then use to traverse the rough terrain that I'll encounter up ahead. After a long trek, I had gathered up all of the new encounters and arrived at the location of the next trial. Well, almost all of the new encounters. I didn't want to risk losing a member of the team to a swords dancing Absol that refused to get into the Pokeball, so I opted to just run away and not risk dying to a wild Pokemon because that would just be flat out embarrassing. Oh, what an awesome game. This would be the largest batch of trades for the rest of the game. This is likely my last solid chance at getting another game-changing Pokemon. And it went about exactly how you would expect it to go. Oh my god. We need a Magikarp counter. We need a Magikarp counter at this point. I don't think we've had Yungoos. Quick ball, Caterpie, okay. Well, Caterpie's not very good. What is with this? What are these bugs? Ultra Ball? Okay, there was one good trade. Someone shipped out the unwanted love child of a Ditto and Serperior that found its rightful home with me. Contrary Serperior with Leaf Storm is highly promising, until you realize that it will only be useful in 2 of the remaining fights in the game. Snivy, take your seat in the corner of the box and just wait your turn, okay? I'd have to use the tools I already had to find a way around this Omni-boosting Mimikyu fight that was on the horizon. I go meet Acerola at the abandoned Thrifty Mega Mart where she wants me to take pictures of ghost types for her. Okay, sure. Using the power of the 3DS, I snag a few pictures of various ghost types until I make my way to the back of the mart where I can't seem to find the last ghost type. Oh my god, it's a Mimikyu! The jump scare, it was too much. All right, do your job, Raticate, do your job. Oh man, its stats rose. Okay, it just straight up Omni boost. It was time for the rat attack. Once again, I was putting my faith into another Alolan rat. I needed the rat attack to hit a sucker punch to break through Mimikyu's disguise, and if I was lucky, she could land another for even more damage. If I was unlucky, well, then this is the end of the video. Phase 1 goes perfectly, and then Phase 2 nets a laughable amount of chip damage. That did nothing. Holy, all right, 07 Raticate. Just to add insult to injury. Mimikyu takes Raticate down, but this time we've got reinforcements. A planned Ekans sack gets the Mimikyu back down to neutral attack, which will allow Magneton to come in and pick up the kill with a corkscrew crash. Hopefully. Hit this range force, Magneton. No crits, no crits, no crits. Okay, totems have to have boosted crit rate. There is 0% chance that they don't. Yes. Let's go. That's my goat. That's my goat Magneton right there. Once Magneton picks up the KO, Hariyama takes its place and has no issues with the remaining Banette. Man, these two are really turning into quite the powerful duo. Look, I know that I won this fight, but can someone please confirm whether or not these totem Pokemon have boosted crit rates? The text box reads like this, which makes me think that it's possible, but it only explicitly states that its stats rose. And I have looked through every piece of information that I can find about these fights, in addition to asking other fellow Nuzlockers, but nowhere does it confirm or deny a boosted critical hit rate. But how is it possible that I got crit 3 times in a row again? I just can't believe that I would have gotten the 1 in 13,824 chance 2 times in separate totem fights on a single run. After what I've witnessed playing this game, I cannot be convinced that they aren't boosted. Another totem fight down with 2 deaths and a dub. However, these were planned deaths, so they didn't carry the same sting as the previous ones. For the first time ever, it felt like I was actually making some substantial progress. Unfortunately, that was about to come to a screeching halt. I can hear the voices, the cutscenes, they're coming. Magneton is rewarded with a candy for its excellent performance in the previous trial, allowing it to reach its full potential as a Magnezone. Why didn't I do this before the trial? Great question. Uh-oh, look who it is. Team Skull is back causing problems, and you better get used to seeing this symbol because we're about to fight a lot, and I mean a lot, of Team Skull members. These hooligans actually committed a minor crime by stealing this poor kid's young goose, and instead of spending a couple of months in jail, I'll just have to single-handedly disband their entire organization. Even in the Pokemon universe, the cops are useless. I hightail it over to Po-Town, where Team Skull is headquartered, and really strengthened up my team in the process. Prit and Plup evolved into Empoleon, I grabbed a couple of super valuable TMs, and most importantly, snagged a few extra encounters to be wonder traded. But those will have to wait. I've got crime to fight. Po-Town has been ransacked and overtaken by Team Skull, and for some reason, this small 11-year-old boy is now responsible for putting an end to that. After crawling through the conveniently kid-sized hole in these hedges, I get to work taking down grunt after grunt on my way to toppling the big bad boss, Guzma. Eventually, I make it to his grand throne room, where we will duel to end all of the pain and suffering that they've caused to this region. Or something like that. I really feel they're not actually that threatening. Magnezone continues the trend of being the only Pokemon allowed to use Z moves, and then I started to play stupid. I got a Clutch Effect Spore proc on a Shiinotic switch-in, and instead of clicking Strength Sap on Pinsir because it has a move that would negate the attack drops, I stupidly just fired a couple of Sludge Bombs until it inevitably woke up and landed a killing blow. Oh shoot. Oh, that was so stupid. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Oh my god. Well, 07 Shiinotic, I really don't know what I was doing. Oh, but this Pinsir wasn't done yet. Pinsir had clicked Storm Throw twice into my Hariyama, so expecting another, I tried to pivot through Malamar and then bait X-Scissor into my Empoleon for an easy Aqua Jet kill. Bro, that's so unfortunate. Oh my god. I'll be real, I have no idea why it decided to go for X-Scissor on my Switch. I'll just assume that Guzma decided to cheat and killed one of my last original members as a result. Axew was now all alone as the final survivor from the genesis of this run. No, you still don't count. Thankfully, Empoleon could come in to stop the bleeding, and Magnezone finished off Guzma's Demon of a Masquerain. Or not. Magnezone will be dead to the next hit, so I turned to Klefki expecting it to be capable of taking down the last pixel of Masquerain's HP. Just don't get air slash flinch to death. Oh my god. There's no shot, dude. So I'm just gonna hope for the best. Please, Klefki. Jesus, I cannot catch a break this run. Yet again, Empoleon comes in to save the day by hitting another Aqua Jet. We did it! We saved the poor kid's Yungoos. And disbanded Team Skull? Who knows? With the Yungoos rescued, it's time to return to the Aether House to receive praise for our heroic duties. But oh no! It was actually just a ploy to kidnap Lillie and Nebby all along. Ruh-roh! Anyways, this guy is pissed about it and wants to fight. What do I have to do with this, man? Whoa, dude! I'm just what? Why do I have to catch random strays? Guess we gotta go rescue those two now. Yippee! My excitement level is on par with this guy's, who turns out is Island Kahuna Nanu, meaning we've got another battle. Nanu's team is impressively underwhelming for this point in the game, so despite being underleveled, we can skate by with no mishaps. Ula Ula Island is officially complete, meaning there is just one more island remaining in our island challenge. But maybe we should get back to tackling that kidnapping case first. On second thought, she'll be fine if we just sneak in a couple of wonder trades. Salandit, bro. It's about to be a male Salandit, dude. Evil people out there. Sending a male Salandit over wonder trade. That's just cruel. Ultra Ball? Who is this evil person? Someone is just like, I'm back.
The surfers are closing down. I gotta get rid of every male Salandit that's ever lived. Oh, and a love ball. Eevee and a love ball. Oh, that could actually be so good for me. This has to be Sylveon, right? It's in a love ball. It has to be a Sylveon.
I wind up with a Fissure Snorlax plus a Sylveon to be, which should be fun to evolve. It'll be worth it in the end, though, considering the totem Pokemon awaiting me at the end of our little Aether escapade. To ensure our rescue would be successful, I beefed up the entire team and decided it was finally time to bring back the face of this entire Nuzlocke.
Our starter. He's finally grown. Oh, he's so awesome. Look at him.
With that, we were ready to infiltrate the Aether Foundation. I had 24 hours to complete around 15 hours of gameplay. In hindsight, this is probably the worst game I could have picked for a time-sensitive challenge, but 2 years ago, I did not have the foresight required to see that this would be the position I would find myself in. Grinding up all these Pokemon had overtaken every other aspect of my life, but the box was in the best shape it had ever been and was ready to take on the grueling stretch that is Aether Paradise. It's not even that this section is hard, it's just that it is incredibly boring. It is a necessary evil that must be defeated, so I begin battling my way through Aether Foundation grunts in hopes of finding Lillie. Eventually, we find the creepy green-haired guy again who, big shocker, turned out to be not that great of a guy. But he really thinks that he's going to slow us down with a single Hypno, like, come on. Since one Hypno wasn't enough, he rounds up a horde of goons to try and block our way, but that's not stopping us from finding Lucine and getting to the bottom of this Lillie kidnapping. Seems my efforts to thwart Team Skull were entirely for naught, as their numbers seem to be bigger than ever, and they're all right here in the Aether Foundation with us alongside Guzma. Hopefully this time I can teach him a lesson without losing any of my Pokemon. The strategy this time is very similar to the last. Magnezone takes out Golisopod and then lobs up Pinsir for Hariyama to slam down. These two really have carried almost the entire run at this point. My newly evolved Aurorus is perfect in dealing with the monstrous Masquerain, and then Snorlax and Hariyama tag team the remaining Vikavolt. That one was for you, Malamar.
We did it. Okay. Guzma goes down, and the team did not incur any major losses this time.
Walking through the next set of doors gives off a real Smash Ultimate "everyone is here" vibe, as all the characters we've met throughout the entire story are conveniently gathered inside the Aether Foundation. Excuse me, you two, but I've got more important matters to attend to. And look who it is! We found Lillie! And Lucine too? Even Gladion's here? I'm starting to get a sneaking suspicion that these three all know one another.
They're related too? No, I don't even actually know if we know that. Yeah, I think we've already established that, right? Oh no, How's just now piecing it together, so you all are a family? I never could have guessed.
After the plot twist of a century, Lucine erupts into a manifesto about how she must harness the power of Nebby to open up an ultra wormhole to go meet Necrozma. And then Durant says, please stop.
Boom. Let's go. You don't miss. Okay, Durant never misses these. Durant never misses these. Showing up in the clutch, baby. Showing up in the clutch. We're gonna send it home, baby. Come on, Durant, send us home. You might just kill this, actually. Nope. Okay. Oh, Icy Wind. We're probably still faster. Well, let's find out. Okay. Let's go. All right. Just kidding. Durant stays on the team forever. He don't miss. He's living on 1 HP, the clutch god.
For like the 10th time during our journey, our efforts are completely meaningless, and the person we beat in battle just goes, nah, I'm gonna just do this anyways. So Lucine opens up a wormhole, and it sucks both herself and Guzma inside. Am I gonna have to go rescue these two now? Probably. Once I've escaped the 9 circles of Alolan cutscene hell, that is. I really do think I would have enjoyed these games if I spent more of my time playing instead of watching.
You're joking. You're joking. You're joking. It just never ends. It never ends.
Once I'm out of the vicious dialogue cycle, we're now free to jet over to the final island in our challenge, Pony Island. Unfortunately, we'll have to be doing this next section of the game without our 2-star players in Magnezone and Hariyama, as they both overleveled during the Aether Foundation expedition. With that, I'd be heavily reliant on the 2 fairy types to deal with what could be the hardest of all the totem fights yet. And given how the previous ones have gone, that can't be good. Nothing really of note happens on the way there, outside of adding a few of the last Pokemon to the trade machine, in addition to finding Machamp capable of cradling us while he pushes big heavy objects around. Oh, minor thing. We do get taken to Executor Island to grab the Sun Flute that pairs with the Moon Flute that Gladion got in the Aether Foundation to call for the great legendary beast that supposedly will fix this all for us. And of course, just when I think I'm finally free to waltz to the next totem fight, look who it is. After dismantling Team Skull for certainly the final time, Vast Pony Canyon awaits us. Deep within, I will find the penultimate trial and the scariest totem Pokemon of them all. But before I can test my Pokemon strength against that beast, I must make sure that I am adequately prepared, and to do so, it requires one very crucial evolution.
We finally made it. Oh, he somehow survived. He's seen so many deaths around him, but this Japanese Axew has finally become the Japanese Haxorus that he was always meant to be. Oh, it's glorious.
It truly brings a tear to my eye knowing how far he's come. With Haxorus at full strength, we were ready. Ready to face every hardship that the vast Pony Canyon had in store for us, and at the very end of it all, face the toughest test so far.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That could have easily killed a child. There have definitely been children that have died in this trial. I mean, that one shattered Earth.
This Komodo is an absolute unit. It receives an Omni Boost at the start of the battle with the held Roselli Berry to have the power of any fairy type moves. Sure would be nice to have a Pokemon that could reverse those stat changes right about now. Instead, I'll have to rely on the power of Klefki, who deals a whopping 10% with an Expert Belt boosted Draining Kiss. Uh-oh. Well, it's been real, Klefki.
Yep, alright, see ya, Klefki.
This beefed up behemoth is now threatening to sweep my entire team, but I see one way out. Empoleon will have to put her life on the line to execute a run-saving plan. Clutch up with a Scald Burn. If I miss this 30% chance, the run almost certainly ends here.
Come on, please. Please, 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 please. Please burn, please burn, please burn. Yes! Okay, we're back. We are back, baby.
The dream lives on. Empoleon goes down a hero, but she provided the best chance for making it out with the run still intact. The bleeding doesn't stop there, as I decide to make another sacrifice by sending out Snorlax to hit a Bulldoze and get a speed drop on the Komodo. This actually ends up being a disastrous call, as now that Noivern is faster than Komodo, I am risking it landing a Screech, essentially nullifying Komodo's burn. I had made a huge mistake. My nightmare scenario plays out as I throw in Sylveon and immediately eat a massive poison jab at -2 defense. I managed to dodge the crit and fire back with a nasty Moonblast, but it wouldn't be enough to take down this brute. Sylveon will have one final chance to claim victory.
Air Slash. I mean, we're dead. We're so dead. Just don't flinch. Yes. Okay. Oh, we are so in this. All right, Sylveon, you pulled through. Oh my God, Sylveon had to clutch up so hard there. Holy moly.
With the monster finally slain, Aurorus could come in cleanly and finish the job. That was a disaster. I survived on incredibly thin margins, and if it wasn't for Empoleon, there's almost no chance that I would have made it out of there alive. One final salute for the soldiers that carried us through that one. Maybe not for you. Before reprising our role of world savior, we're allowed to return back to the Pokemon Center to give one final send-off to our fallen comrades. After such a bloody battle, the only thing I could do now is trade off the final batch of encounters. With less than 24 hours remaining, I am so close to completing my goal. And I gotta say, this final batch definitely lived up to the hype.
Beast Ball. Beast Ball Torkoal. Oh. That's a good Pokemon. Ultra Beast Torkoal.
My Master Ball Magikarp turns into a Mime Jr. A very obviously hacked level 100 shiny Moltres named Nair Cream was a standout, but the absolute best trait of them all was a bird. Incredibly, Doduo is one of the very few Pokemon that can learn both Endeavor and Quick Attack in their level up learn set in Ultra Sun. Equipped with a Focus Sash, this Pokemon could fell any non-ghost type in just 2 turns. I had found my answer to what is often called the hardest fight in any vanilla Pokemon game. Time to go save the world. But the world would have to wait because a level 1 Doduo couldn't do it by himself. She needed to get stronger first. And in order to do that, well, it meant I would need to grind. and I was getting real tired of the grinding options I had available to me. For whatever reason, the convenient grinding spot filled to the brim with chances is locked behind the post game. So what if I just traded these new encounters over to an account that's already beaten the game? After witnessing a stunning solar eclipse, I was sure that I had made the right decision and that this would be the fastest way for me to grind. Well,
Oh my God, I'm gonna have more cutscenes. I can't escape it. It doesn't even matter where I go, dude. This is unbelievable, dude. Oh no, I don't think we're getting the chances. If I have the Master Ball, I'm chucking it. I don't care. I didn't want to leave. Did you consider that? I have to do a cutscene now? No! Make it stop. I wanted to kill some chances, man. I wanted to commit chancy genocide, and you're making me go to the fucking festival plaza, dude. Please let me leave. I'm trapped. I'm actually trapped. I am in purgatory. This is a, am I just stuck? What is this? Are we on Seinfeld, dude? Can you lock your damn door, Mom? Holy moly. Kramer's gonna pop through any second now. Yes, we're free. Oh, the Chansey is real. The Chansey is real. Oh my God.
After staying up until nearly 7 a.m. the night prior, I had exhausted almost all of my remaining time. Eventually, I did manage to successfully grind up both my Torkoal and Doduo, as they would be imperative in helping us save the world. The seconds were draining from the clock, so I couldn't waste any more time if I wanted to complete the final 2 wonder trades. I walked out beyond the location of the Komodo trial and onto the altar of the sun. Together, Lillie and I would play the sun and moon flutes to summon Solgaleo, who will help us rescue Lucine and Guzma. Suddenly, out of nowhere, an ultra wormhole opens up, and look who it is! Guzma falling from the sky! And Lucine is here too! What happened?
Oh, that... Uh-oh.
That's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Nothing our Torkoal cannon can't handle.
Oh, are we just going right into it? Necrozma appeared? Stand down. Stand down, buddy. Look who I have. The realest ultra beast of all. Torkoal, give it to us. Quick claw eruption. Send us home. Big Torkoal eruption. Yes. Torkoal, my goat. The ultimate, the ultimate ultra beast.
We sure showed Necrozma who the true Ultra Beast is around here. Necrozma was not happy about losing, so in a fit of rage, it stole all of the light in Alola. It was up to us to chase it down and quell the enraged monster. But first, I needed to make the proper preparations, so I added the ultimate life form into the party and nothing else. It was Doduo against the world, and she would win. Through the power of the Nintendo 3DS, together with Doduo and Lunala, I was able to parse through space and time to track down Ultra Necrozma in a different universe. At last I arrived in the Ultra Megapolis, where Necrozma and Doduo would have their ultimate duel. Waiting for us at the top of this skyscraper was a monster so strong, so powerful that some have even created their own claws for this fight because it was deemed to be that unfair. But all I needed was a single Doduo.
Go, Doduo, go! Hang on. Oh, snap. He hangs! He holds! We go down to 1, and then finish it off, Doduo, yes! The hardest fight!
A gimmicky strat that's lasted since the invention of the Focus Sash proves far too powerful for even a being that threatens dimensional collapse. Who knew one tiny bird could overcome a legendary through fear alone? Or should it be Phoebe? After conquering one of the hardest fights in Nuzlocke history, all the light is returned to the Alola region, which means that we can recommence our island challenge. But before leaving Ultra Megapolis, a different pair donning white bodysuits gives us a Poipole, one of the last Pokemon that will ever be Wonder Traded. However, when I attempted to reach the 3DS servers, my stomach sank.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. No! It's over. For one final time. It's been real, 3DS servers. We've got to do it with we've got to do it with what we've got in the box. Goodbye, Wonder Trade.
It was over. They had shut down the servers early. I had gotten so close to the finish line, but I had failed. 2 Pokemon short of completing my goal of wonder trading every single encounter in my Ultra Sun Nuzlocke. But to call the run a failure would be a disservice to all of the Pokemon who had gotten us this far. To all the Pokemon who put their lives on the line so that the run could continue. I couldn't give up. Even though I'd failed to complete every wonder trade possible, I still had more than enough Pokemon left to beat the rest of the game. I was determined to pull through with everyone we had gathered to this point because I owed it to every single person who traded away one of their Pokemon to make this run possible. Over 50 people played an important role in this Nuzlocke, so I was going to see it through to the very end. I would make sure that the world's final Wonderlocke ends in victory. With no more trades available, my full focus was now on getting this team into the Hall of Fame. I arrived safely back in the Alola region and give one final send-off to both Lillie and Lucine.
Goodbye, Lillie. I'll miss you and all of your cutscenes. Get a little choked up.
The only remaining trial is Mina's, which is actually the sickest trial of all. I have to fight my way through a gauntlet of trial captains that we've come to know over the course of the playthrough. Obviously, starting with Ilima. Wait. No, it says Mina here. After defeating her, she gives us a pink petal and informs us that we'll have to go through each captain one by one, collecting all of the other petals. Now we get to fight Ilima, who so graciously escorts us to the lush jungle for our next fight once we're done. With the increased level cap, I'm able to bring the MVPs of the run, Hariyama and Magnezone, back into the party, allowing me to swiftly take down each and every captain with the help of their supporting cast in Pelipper and Haxorus. After gathering all the petals, I can return them to Mina, where she can create a beautiful rainbow flower that apparently attracts massive bees.
Oh my god, that is a big bee. That is a big bee right there.
Totem Rabombi getting a +2 Omni boost right out the gate is absolutely horrifying. Especially considering the fact that it can boost those stats even further with Quiver Dance and has the powerful moveset to back it all up. One that Malamar would have been completely outmatched by. But there is a single Pokemon that was the perfect counter to this final Totem fight. That's right, the long-awaited debut of Kaka de Vaca.
This is what the people have been waiting for.
Golbat had the perfect typing to combat this Rabombi, but the most important tool in its box was the move Haze. Completely removing the Omni boost in addition to shutting down any potential setup this Big B had in mind. This Totem fight was over before it started.
Could you stop, dude? Have we broken? I think we've broken its brain. This is awesome. Keep quiver dancing. Come on, Rabombi. I know you want to. Smartest AI.
One cow's excrement is another man's Rabombi counter. I think that's how that saying goes.
Bro, the Kaka de Vaca sweep! We finally did it!
I had now officially cleared every trial on my island adventure. Oh, wait, there is one last grand trial because turns out that tiny horse girl is actually the island kahuna. However, she was not ready to catch this contrary superior sweep. Okay, now I had officially cleared every trial. Mount Lanakila is this game's version of Victory Road, and it's no joke. There are loads of unskippable fights, including one final fight with Gladion to prove that we're worthy of taking on the Alolan Pokemon League. Thankfully, I managed to make it through unscathed. Minus that one Durant death where he missed 3 attacks in a row thanks to Hustle. I felt like I owed it to attempt one to sneak in a Hustle death at some point. There were now just 5 fights separating me from the title of League Champion and victor of the world's final Wonderlocke. So many great Pokemon assisted us in getting this far, but I had to settle on the most superb 6. The contrarian of the bunch, Serperior, was brought for one reason and one reason only, to completely sweep through Olivia's team of rock types. Torkoal, the Necrozma Slayer, was a Pokemon worthy of the title Ultra Beast and would be crucial in taking out the most difficult of the Elite Four members, Molayne. Aurorus was now the second longest standing member of the team and served as a great pivot into the team's offensive threats. Hariyama and Magnezone. This unlikely duo carried almost the entirety of the run, and I don't expect them to stop until the very end. And last, but certainly not least, Haxorus. A true first partner Pokemon from the very beginning who has witnessed countless deaths during our journey together, but has withstood it all and now has a chance to etch his name into Nuzlocke history. These 6 Pokemon came together from all parts of the world and will now write the closing chapter in the final Wonderlocke. I start with Olivia as her fight should be the easiest. A simple, superior sweep. I have a Tangaberry equipped to ensure that her lead Armaldo can't kill me immediately, and I can fire off 2 Leaf Storms and get to +4 special attack. From there, it should be an incredibly easy fight.
That was quite literally the worst possible start we could have had. Yeah, now we're in big trouble.
So this fight just got significantly harder. I'm starting to see why you were a breedject. Magnezone quickly corrects the mistakes that were made, but we are full on steering the rest of this fight now. The moment is too big for Superior yet again, who is too stunned to move against Probopass, allowing for Sandstorm to go up and make all of Olivia's team that much more threatening.
Oh no, Superior is not clutching up right now.
After Superior sat on the Probopass doing nothing, I opted to let Haxorus try and clean up with a Brick Break and end up getting crit on my switch in.
That dude. This could not be going worse, dude.
This first fight could not be going further from plan. Probopass lands a Thunder Wave, but since my speed is only cut in half, I can negate the speed drop with Dragon Dances and hopefully break through Paralysis to start chaining kills. Assuming I get through Paralysis in the first place.
It's not looking good.
Eventually, I finally get through it all and take down the Probopass, bringing in Gigalith.
I mean, if I get paralyzed here, I just lose and then the run is over.
I decide to risk the entire run on this turn. Can Haxorus continue to build on its incredible legacy? Of course he can. This allows Hariyama to come in and finish the job, but not before eating a Stone Edge crit on the swap. At least I know this move has an increased crit rate. Hariyama is able to power through Cradilly as well, and this just leaves one lonely Lycanroc. Hariyama and Magnezone tag team once again to play around the defense drops on Hariyama, as well as the 20% confusion from Rock Climb, a move I didn't know could confuse until this interaction. Crunch on the switch back into Hariyama procs the Citrus Berry, allowing for Hariyama to end this nightmare of a fight.
Woo! All right. Wow, that was a unlucky Olivia fight. My God.
There were a lot of close calls, but somehow 0 deaths. Whew. If the easiest fight went that poorly, I don't even want to imagine what the rest of these will look like. Hopefully the other team members step up in the clutch, unlike Superior. Next up was the toughest of the Elite Four members, Molayne. You might have noticed that Torkoal was pre-frozen. Torkoal would be so important for this fight that I didn't want to risk being paralyzed by Klefki's Thunder Wave, so I wanted to be pre-status but didn't want to lose HP from being poisoned, so I decided to pre-freeze my Torkoal. I'll be honest, I gaslit myself into believing that using a fire move would thaw the user and not the target. So when I sent out my Torkoal to kill Klefki with Eruption, I should have been met with an unfortunate realization, but as they say in the business, never punished.
Boom. Instant thaw with the fire type move. And this Klefki, see ya.
Molayne immediately sends out his ace Dugtrio, threatening with fast earthquakes and Steelium Z corkscrew crashes. Superior is my only ground resist, so he comes in clutch here. I can bait the corkscrew crash into Magnezone and then immediately back into Superior on the resisted earthquake. These switches are proving costly, however, as Klefki was able to set up a layer of spikes in a dying effort. In the end, they actually work in my favor as I'm able to throw in Superior and proc my Pinch Berry with the damage from spikes and then easily live another earthquake from Dugtrio. Superior finally clutches up by dodging the Iron Head flinch and firing back with a Leaf Storm, but I'm right back into a scary situation. I don't know if I'm baiting a random move from Dugtrio or if the AI is planning to use this turn to heal. Turns out, it was neither!
Oh, okay. He switch AI'd? All right, honestly, that is the best possible outcome. That is the best thing that could have happened. I'll take it. Don't mind if I do. I'll take the free kill on the Bisharp. I can't believe Switch AI overrides kills still. That's crazy. In Gen 7, they haven't tweaked that at all.
Molayne absolutely folds under the pressure and gives us the best case scenario for Haxorus to chain back-to-back kills while only having taken damage from the spikes. We aren't out of the woods yet, as Metagross is by far Molayne's scariest Pokemon. But Torkoal is the king of taking down powerful steel psychic types, so Metagross meets the same fate as Necrozma. As is becoming a staple of this run, Magnezone hangs on by a thread and sets up Hariyama to finish off another Elite Four fight.
What an awesome 2 fights we've had so far. Everything's going according to plan.
I have to give it up to Molayne for essentially making this a 6v4 by completely wasting his Bisharp. Without his blunder, I might not have made it out there with the full party intact. Well, surely the next 2 fights won't be as hard, right? Right? Acerola is next to check off our list, and Haxorus should be able to run wild. Banette is not threatening in the slightest, so I'm able to set up a Dragon Dance and go to work clearing out her first 2 Pokemon with ease. A much better start than the last 2 fights. Aurora's finally gets some action by being the tasty little bait that allows for Serperior to come in on a resisted Earth power. And Acerola switched out. Guess the bait wasn't tasty enough. This complicates things. I have to go back into Aurorus, and this time I get the desired outcome of Energy Ball into Torkoal. Torkoal eats up a Shadow Ball and then smashes out of his shell to deliver a devastatingly powerful Flamethrower into Delmise. Palisand is back out and is still hanging on to that Z Crystal for dear life. The threat of that alone makes me have to play around this incredibly carefully, but it ends up being as simple as swapping in Serperior and clicking Giga Drain twice.
All right, yeah, nice Z Crystal usage.
Acerola is backed into a corner with just her Drifloon, but things start to get out of hand.
You're giving yourself 1 chance for an Omni Boost? Just 1 chance? Did they get it? Of course. Why wouldn't they? I think we're still okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this. Oh, we are not okay. Oh yeah, we are not okay. We are not okay. Serperior throws once again. Amnesia. All right, we are not hitting this thing with a special move, that's for sure. Okay. I think Avalanche kills from here. I guess unless she's got another full restore if this doesn't kill. Okay. Aurora's way to clutch up. Oh my god.
1 Elite Four member remaining. And if you take a look at my team, you'd think that this would be by far the easiest of them all. And yeah, you'd be completely right because Magnezone and Aurora's just completely rolled over it.
We're going to the champion! We're going to hell!
This was it. Now just 1 fight standing between me and victory over this Nuzlocke that has gone on for nearly 2 years. A Nuzlocke I'd always dreamed of completing, and now I was at the very end. I was ready to put the exclamation point on this story's thrilling conclusion.
Oh, he's angry. He's big mad. All right, Dragon Dance. We are faster now, and we kill with Dragon Claw. Goodbye, Raichu. Goodbye. Okay, I believe this is going to be Crabominable. Yep. Okay. Smack him up. Smack him up, Haxorus. That's right, baby. That's right. Noivern? Noivern? You think Noivern's going to stop this sweep? Pathetic. Think again. Think again, Hal. This is the Haxorus that started it all, the jolly lad. He's going all the way. Try and stop him now. Okay, the Tauros might be able to stop us, actually. All right, Haxorus, if you're real, you find a way to live this. We go for the Rock Slide. Let's see if we get the flinch. Yes, you hit. Come on, get this flinch. Get this flinch. Get this man out of here. Okay, we should live these. We should live these. Yes! Let's go, Haxorus. Keep going, Haxorus. You can't be stopped. All right, well, look at this guy. Look at this guy. No Intimidate. No Intimidate. You're really going to come out here with no Intimidate? Hit him, baby. Oh, you're not even going to do it, How? You're not even going to try it, How? I don't respect it. I don't respect it, How. Not even going to have any theatrics while I'm out here punching. I think we're in the clear. 6v1? And who's out last? Oh no, a Leafeon! Whatever will we do? Come on, Torkoal. Oh yeah, the Torkoal cannon is about to be unleashed. He's gonna go boom! Oh, and there it is. The final Wonderlocke of all time has been defeated. The Ultra Beast of all Ultra Beasts, Torkoal, sends it home.
They had done it. In one of my bloodiest Nuzlocks ever, the Elite Four was completely deathless. I owed it to these 6 Pokemon to make sure that everyone made it out alive. Something about this run made all of these Pokemon feel so much more real. Knowing that they had ended up in my hands from some complete stranger somewhere far, far away from me made it that much more special. And to end it all off with a star performance from the one who started it all was the best finale I could have ever asked for. All 6 of these Pokemon have been cemented into Nuzlocke history as the final Elite Four team to complete a Wonderlocke of Pokemon Ultra Sun.